got you to where you are right now?
Well, long story short, I was born in LA, raised in Jersey, moved back to LA when I was 17, got introduced with Pop through Gaddafi, rest in peace, which was Pac's half brother. I grew up with him in Jersey, in the hood, on the block. We used to hustle together, all that kind of good stuff. You know what I mean? And Pac got out of jail. I had just got back to LA like probably 2 months before that. So of course, the homies hollered at me, and that was basically, that was the history of how I got with Pac. Through Gaddafi and Fatal. And shit been pushing this outlaw line ever since. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no question about it. It's
so
I mean,
years later, we still doing the damn thing.
Yeah, I already see that. I already know. For those that don't know, we talking to Young Noble from the Outlaws, and we really appreciate the contributions that you've made to the music game up to this point. Because a lot of cats really don't know your history. A lot of cats hear Tupac and they hear about the Outlaws, but they don't really know in the background how hard you really been working these days. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, and me knowing a little bit about you, you know what I'm saying, I could probably speak on it all day, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to allow you to do that. You know what I'm saying?
It's all good.
Yeah, no doubt, baby.
What y'all want to know? What y'all want to know? What the people want to know? I mean, I'm here. Whatever y'all want to know, bro.
Yeah, no question. All right, so when you spoke on the cat Gaddafi, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we really didn't get to see how good this cat really was. It really didn't get to hear him, due to, a little tragedy that happened back in the day. So I'd like you to kind of just explain a little bit about this cat Gaddafi, man. Kind of put cats up on, how good this cat really was.
Well, Gaddafi, to me, he had the most potential. You know what I mean? Out of all of us. You know what I mean? Like, he I don't know. He just had a star quality about him. You know what I mean? Like, we all had bald heads. He was the only one with braids. The tall, light-skinned dude. So whenever we on stage, it's like he had his own little cheering, little fan base. You know what I mean? But Gaddafi is, he was Pac's half brother. He passed away. He got killed a couple months after Pac had died, and in Jersey, and but he was responsible for bringing half of the Outlaws to the table. Basically, he was responsible for bringing me, Fatal, and Napoleon to the table, you know what I mean? But as far as music wise, dude was just cold. He was just ahead of his time, you know what I mean? Like all the Outlaw fans who've been supporting us all these years and been fucking with us, Gaddafi he up there, you know what I mean? To this day, like everybody, like Pac died at 25, Gaddafi died at 19.
Right.
Both of them dudes just had just potential for the ages, man. You know what I mean? So, we didn't get to see Gaddafi blossom into the man and the artist he could have been, you know what I mean? But, we gonna carry the torch for the big homie and do what we gotta do, you know what I mean?
No doubt. Hey, I got a question for you, because I always was kind of curious about this, and I'm quite sure some of the people was curious about this also. Being that you was the last, here's a little history for y'all, you was the last official Outlaw member signed by Pac. Was there a little bit of pressure on you at the time? I mean, you coming in the game and you got these other cats around you, and you just, you bringing yours to the table. I want to know, was there a little bit of pressure on you at that given time?
Honestly, no, because I didn't come around them on no rapper shit. You know what I mean? Like I came around them, as a young soldier and a young rider. Just basically on the strength of Gaddafi and Fatal. Like, I know these dudes since I was a kid, you know what I mean? Second, third grade, even before then, you know what I mean? So, we know each other's families, and, they know my history, they know I'm it wasn't like, I was around Pac on no rap shit. I was around Pac for maybe 2 or 3 months before he even heard me rap, you know what I mean? Like, I was actually going to be the designer for the clothing line, like, coming from the streets and, just hustling how I was hustling. I had a nice fetish for, nice clothes. I had a cool swag as a young nigga. Like, I was 17, but, I was grown, you know what I mean? face full of hair. I didn't carry myself as a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we had the pistols every day. Like, we wasn't kids. You know what I'm saying? We was young adults. You know what I mean? So when Pac finally heard me rap, you know, I had a notebook full of raps. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, he was kind of mad at me that I was around him all this time. I lived with him before he even knew I rapped. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so he was like, he was surprised, like, you know, the average nigga, as soon as they meet him, they would want to rap for him. You know what I mean? And try to get put on or whatever. And he, you know, he has such a level of respect for me, I think, just from that aspect. Like, you've been around, you with us in the studio every fucking day, and you ain't bringing us to the table. You know what I mean? So, you know, when he asked me, like, yo, like, you know, we 6 right now, you know, you coming in the group will make it 7, and that's the perfect number for us. He like, yo, you'll make the thing, you know, you'll make it beautiful. You know what I mean? So it wasn't really like no pressure. You know what I mean? It was like, you know, these are my brothers, and he want me to do this. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like I was rooting for myself, like, yo, let me be in the Outlaws. It was like, you know, Pop was like, yo, you the missing member, bro. You know what I'm saying? You right here in our face. Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? It's your time to do this.
Right. Let's get this in. Hey, I know there was like a real tragic time at the time when Pac passed and all that. So I'm kind of curious, like after the passing of Pac, you know, did it take you a little while for you cats to regroup?
Go ahead, I wasn't talking to you, bro.
Did it take you a little while for you cats to regroup and kind of get the Outlaws rolling again? I mean, because I know a couple things happened within the group. You know, a couple of members went their own separate ways. So kind of give us a little bit of history on exactly, you know, what it took to actually continue on doing the things that you've been doing up to this moment.
Well, it was like, you know, Pac had passed away, and, you know, right after that, Pac passed away September 13th, and then Gaddafi passed away November 10th. You know what I mean? So it was like we was dealing with all that. You know, we had left Cali and moved to Atlanta. We actually stayed with Pac's mom for a couple months, because when he died, you know, we all lived together. We all stayed in Calabasas in the mansion with Pac, and it was like, you know, we was pretty much on a death mission at that point, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I already know.
You know, we ride around, you know, 6, 7 of us every day, where everybody got a pistol on them and just, you know, just ready to do whatever at the time. There was a lot going on in L.A. Bodies was dropping and the streets was on fire. It was just crazy. So Pac mom basically, you know, was like, I know y'all got to regroup and all that. Y'all come out here, you know, I got the big house. Y'all could, you know what I mean? Just post up and do what y'all got to do. So, you know, we did that. Vader was in Jersey at the time, you know, when Pac passed, and, you know, and then when Yacht passed, he was out there, and, you know, he was just like, he was just on a whole nother mission, you know what I mean? So he wanted to, he was basically like, fuck rap at the time. Like, I'm not doing no rap shit. He was just on some, you know, whatever shit at the time. So he wasn't really doing the rap shit no more anyway. He wound up getting a solo deal, but, you know, at the time when he departed from the group, he was just pretty much like, fuck everything at that point, you know what I mean? So, you know, we was in Atlanta for about 8, 9 months, and meanwhile, we had all this music at Death Row, and, you know, we was still chopping up with them back and forth at the time, you know, and we had, you know, like hella different labels that wanted to sign us. We could have pretty much signed to anybody at that point, you know what I mean? But we had all this, about 100 songs of us and Pop at Death Row, and I don't know, for some reason, we thought like, all right, we need to be over here, you know what I mean? Like, you know, we didn't know, you know what I mean? We didn't know how the music was going to go as far as Pocket State and all that. You know, we was young. We didn't know how all that shit was going to go. So we was like, you know what? Let's start to the row, you know, get over here with all our music and carry the torch, you know what I mean?
Right,
but
no question.
Obviously, that was a dumb decision for us to make at the time, but, you know, as men, you know, we did it, and you know, we wound up being stuck over there for about 2 years. And, you know, after that, then they, you know, they had all this music and Interscope approached us and was like, yo, we want to do the Still I Rise album, which came out in like 99, and that shit went like 1.6 or 7 platinum, something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? After that, you know, we basically, like, in the process of Still I Rise coming out, we was in the process of getting off Death Row. And then when we got off Death Row, Still I Rise came out. Then we went independent, and we've been grinding independent ever since. You know what I mean? Touring the world every year. You know, dropping these you know, albums. You know, we done been on over 60 million records. You know what I mean? So you know, we got a solid fan base that know whenever they go buy some outlaw music, you know, they gonna get some real shit. So you know, we just been blessed, man, to have, you know, a nice cult following. You know what I mean? Over these years. And, you know, we've been continuing to push this shit for them. And, of course, you know, the big homies looking down on us. You know what I mean? So, you know, we've been blessed, man. You know, I could stop rapping today and be like, man, we got a nice legacy, man.
Did your
Put
thing
nice
and stuff.
work, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I've been watching it. You know, we all been watching the Outlaws do your thing. And there's another thing I want to let people know, like, you know, you've been in the game so long that you've been able to kind of, you know, get down with a whole lot of different rappers. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of different cats. So kind of,
no doubt.
Yeah, you know, explain to me, like, you know, some of the people that you most enjoy kind of getting down with, you know, going into the studio with and vibing with, you know, and just kind of let us know a little bit about that.
Man, I mean, we don't work with, you know, damn near everybody, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, who I like working with. Man, I love working with Dead Prez. You know, we did a whole project with them. You know, shout out to Dead Prez, Stickman M1, OG Scarface, you know, Young Buck, the big homie Sibo. You know, I mean, pretty much everybody, man. Like, you know, I love making music, man, and, you know, fucking with people that I love and respect their music. You know what I mean? You know, the E40s. You know what I mean? Just you know, a lot of people, man. And then, you know, we've been in the game so long, like, you know, watching people that, you know, we worked with before. You know, they actually blew up, like, you know, Game, for instance. Like, the first album Game was on that actually was in stores was my album, my solo album. You know what I mean? That came out in, like, 2000, 2001. Like, the little homegirl, Keisha Cole. You know what I mean? We knew Keisha since she was 13 years old. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I used to go to the Bay, and, you know, I'm doing features for different artists. I had them, you know, shoot her a couple dollars to let her sing